So, Portland Pig tomorrow. It's going to be the first event that I've really sort of filmed any content for. So, still getting used to this kind of thing. Portland Pig, what is it? Okay, backyard ultra marathon, 4.167 miles on the hour, every hour, until you're the last man standing or you give up. It will only ever be my second ever go at a backyard ultra, and it's obviously a different concept to a lot of races. Your speed isn't an advantage here. You've just got to do 4.167 miles on the hour every hour. Now that is actually a relatively slow speed, but when you're doing it hour on hour on hour on hour, believe me, mentally and physically, it does start to get to you. Once you get into the nighttime hours and the numbers start to dwindle out, and the people that are maybe around the course and that start to dwindle away, and it's just you in your own mind throughout the night, that's when it becomes difficult, and that's when it becomes really difficult, especially when at this point you've already got a lot of miles in your legs. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes tomorrow. It's meant to be very sunny, very hot, so the afternoon could be challenging. But yeah, just doing some final preps now, getting all my things ready. We'll get rested up tonight, and yeah, make sure you carry on watching and see how we go tomorrow.
Right, here we go then, off to the Portland Pig. Yeah, trying to mentally psych myself up here to be running all day and potentially all night. We'll see how far we can go. Last year I made it to about 3 a.m. I think, before my legs just had enough. I'd like to beat that this year, but we'll see. I'm not coming into this event in a great mental state, if I'm honest. I've had a bit of a struggle the last few weeks, but this might work in my favour, because when I'm running I can just completely switch off and just enjoy running. So we'll see how we go. So we've just entered the Portland Pig site. So yeah, we're just driving down now. There's quite a few people here already, but we got here quite early, so hopefully get a decent setup position, not too far from the start line. So yeah, we're just driving in now. We're going to get parked up, get ourselves set up, and yeah. Here we are, Portland Pig backyard ultra marathon, all set up now. Got about an hour and 10 minutes till race start. So yeah, we're just going to show you guys around the site. Here we are, look. So we've got the start and finish line. This is where we'll start and finish every loop. So this is all just getting set up now. We're nearly ready. What I'm going to try and do is see if, while I'm here at the backyard, before we start, I'm going to try and grab a word with last year's winner, Andy Ims. We can't really do backyard ultra content without speaking to the king of backyards, can we? So I'm going to go over and see if I can grab a quick word with him. Andy, just saying, I just can't create backyard ultra content without speaking to last year's winner, can I?
How you doing?
Andy Ims here.
Hello.
Portland backyard champion.
Yeah, here to try and take back my crown.
Back for more.
Yeah.
What did you do last year? I can't remember what you did last year.
39 yards, so 160 something miles. I really want to push it to the 48 ideally, and beyond, but we'll see.
Mate, this guy's seriously talented runner, even represented Great Britain at backyard, haven't you?
Yeah, I was in the UK team, as well as that man over there, Luke Carter, this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to grab a word with Luke as well.
Yeah.
Defending champion Andy Ims, watch out for this guy.
Nice.
Have a good one. See you later,
Right.
mate. Thank you very much. Going to see if Luke will grab a quick word with us as well. Luke Carter, how are we today? You right?
Yeah, not bad.
Just for a bit of content for the Portland Pig Backyard Ultra, and as a two-time previous winner,
Yeah.
would you be back for more? Looking forward to today?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually try and get my. He said he was going to try and get his title back, but he's still got the title, so I'm going to try and get the title.
Yeah, Luke's going to try and get it. I mean, it's all. I think it's worth mentioning, to be fair, that this event has been going 3 years. I think I'm right in saying, and it's always Luke and Andy at the final two every time. So it's always these two
we'll see if
fighting
there's
out.
anyone else at the end.
But we'll see. Maybe there'll be a surprise package this year, but I think these two are the ones to look out for. So all the best, mate. Have a good race.
Cheers, thank you.
Right, we're off for our brief now. So 1 hour to go.
So you will rack up the miles. Okay, your Garmin, you'll be standing there in about 12 hours time. So yeah, you will. So it's the long in the hour. Everyone knows, because everyone knows the rules in the backyard, right? Who's not read the race brief? You lying.
So here we are, look. This is the backyard ultra medal that every single participant will get, along with everyone that doesn't win gets a wooden spoon. Because technically, if you don't win the event, you've DNF'd. So every single person participating will get a medal and a wooden spoon, apart from the winner.
the last person standing will get the Portland Pig Winners Trophy.
So I've come with my mate Gaz today. This is our setup. This is where we're set up. We've got ourselves set up. Luckily we've got a spot not too far from the start and finish area. Yeah, Gaz is just doing his final preps now, look. Very good marathon runner, but it's his first time at a backyard ultra. So we'll see how we get on today. We're going to do the first few loops together, I imagine, Gaz, right?
See how it goes, mate.
Yeah, see how it goes. Got a good day for it. Good at. Sun's out. See how we go. Here we go. Loop 1. So we're underway. Portland Pig, lap 1. Taking it very slow. It's really, really warm. Sun's out, it's hot. So you've just got to manage yourself really, really well this afternoon. So just taking this first loop really slowly. Ease my way in. Lap 1. Lap 2. Lap 2. Did lap 2 with Andy. Let's keep. Hey. Loop 3, done. Loop 4, loop 5, done. Loop 6, done.
Oh, a little update how the day's going. So we're on loop 7 at the minute. It's about 6:30. So I'm nearly 30 miles in. I feel really good actually, which is surprising. So it's going really well so far. I think I'm managing the race quite well. Obviously a long, long way to go. But we've got through the hottest weather of the afternoon. And I guess we'll have an hour or two's more loops before we get into the dark. So yeah, just got to keep plodding along, keep managing myself. But yeah, nearly 30 miles in, feeling good so far. So hopefully that can continue into the evening. Oi, oi. Update, here we are. It's about 25 past 11 at night. So we're fully into the dark now. So I've been going for about 11 and a half hours. I'm on loop 12. I've got about 50 miles. I think I've done about 50 miles so far. So a lot of miles in the legs. But I feel surprisingly good. This part now is really in the mind. This is when your mind starts playing tricks on you. You just want to quit. You're tired. It's late. It's dark. You just want to go to bed. So, although I am tired and my legs are clearly feeling it after 50 miles, I feel like I've got more in the tank. So, just going to give it everything I've got. Keep going. I've got about another 3 hours or so to beat my time from last year. So that's the initial next goal. And then I just want to reassess from there, see where I go. But yeah, like I say, 50 odd miles in now, still going strong, still giving it everything I've got. Oi, oi. It is nearly 4 a.m. I'm still going. I am nearly 70 miles in. I've just got back from loop 16 a minute ago. So I'm just having a quick 2-3 minutes sit down before we have to go out again. But I've already surpassed my expectations for tonight. I feel like I've still got more in the tank, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to do my best to get through this night and see the sunrise. So 70 miles in, still going, still fighting. It's been a battle of the mind tonight, but we're still here, we're still going. Let's go. I made it. I made it to sunrise. I can't believe it. I'm out now. I can't do any more. I'm a broken man. I'm feeling fucking hell. What's wrong with me? Feeling quite emotional. I never expected to get that far. I really didn't. I didn't expect to get through the night to see sunrise. It's 75 miles. It's just yeah. It's beyond what I expected. It's 20 miles more than I did last year. It's the furthest run I've ever done. I survived all through the night. It was such a mental battle. My body was broken towards the end. I just had to keep pushing, but so glad I proved to myself that I can do it. God, I just need a minute. But I'm so thankful for the support I've had and just so buzzing that I made it through the night.
And so, yeah, there we have it. Here we are, back home, post Portland Pig. Yeah, so as I previously mentioned, obviously this kind of thing, trying to film a bit of content for the event is completely new to me. It's my first time trying to do it, just having a bit of fun with it. Yeah, and I got some decent bits, on the way to the event build up, spoke to a couple of people at the start, did a few filming during the first few laps. But then, in all honesty, it did then become a little bit difficult. 5-6 hours in, to sort of constantly having to think about the filming side of things. I decided it was more important for me to focus on my own event. So I just wanted to concentrate and get myself a PB in that event and just focus on the laps. So I stopped getting the camera out as much and did a bit of filming on the phone, which we've seen in the previous clips. But then, yeah, we're back. It's all been said and done. And as you saw from video where I got quite emotional there at the end, I really did surpass my expectations on the event. I had my first go at this event last year, managed to get around, I think I'd completed 14 yards, so 14 loops, got around 55 miles before my legs completely gave out on me. This year, albeit having no real expectations, because I've not really done any ultra training whatsoever for a long time. So I didn't have high expectations coming into this, but there was always a part of me in the back of my mind, just like really thinking, like, could I get through the night? Could I get through and see the sunrise the next morning? So the fact that I was able to achieve that, made the sunrise just before my body gave out on me. I managed to complete 17 full loops, timed out on lap 18. By this point, I'd done 75 miles in the legs, and I saw the sunrise, and it was more than I could have hoped for. So I was over the moon with that result. I had great support throughout the event from people from the South Coast Sharks, from the running club, JH Running Club, all the guys at Bust and Skin. But throughout the nighttime hours, I didn't really have any dedicated crew. And that made things a little bit more difficult in terms of keeping myself topped up with tailwind. My nutrition I was using and food and stuff, it came a little bit more difficult without having a crew member there throughout the night. So I'm absolutely over the moon. It was further than I expected to get anyway. Part of me in the back of my brain thinks, could I have maybe got an extra few hours if I just had that crew? But I'm over the moon. To get into the last 20 people out of over 100 that started, like say, surpassed my expectations. To be in that final 20 in that final 20, I'd say a good half of them, so probably up to 10 people of those final 20 were, really seasoned ultramarathon runners. People, some of them have represented GB in Backyard Ultra. There was people there that have successfully completed Arc of Attrition 100, coming inside the top 20, things like that. There was some really good runners there. So for me to be stood in that pen with those final 20 at 5 o'clock in the morning, going out on loop 18, it was a bit surreal, really. And I didn't necessarily think I had it in me. So I'm, as I keep saying, I'm over the moon with the result. I don't really sort of dedicate myself to specific disciplines in fitness. I do all sorts. I like to do triathlons. I'm an Ironman. I've done ultra marathons. I've done marathons, do half marathons, 10Ks, whatever. I don't sort of dedicate myself to one specific craft. So this was a great event for me over the last sort of 6 months to a year or so. A few events haven't gone the way I'd planned. I don't necessarily think I've had the results that I deserve through the training I've put in. So this was really pleasing to get a good one here. We had a changing of the guard at this year's Portland Pig. For the last 3 editions, Andy and Luke, who I spoke to there at the start of the race, they've always been the final 2, with Luke winning the first 2 series, Andy winning last year with a course record, and I fully expected them to be right towards the end this year also. Luke actually was out pretty early this year, had a few issues. The hot conditions, I think, played a part. I'm not 100% sure exactly everything that went wrong, but Luke was out early this year. But just one of those things that can happen to anyone. Luke is still an absolutely fantastic backyard ultra runner. Like I say, 2-time previous champion. And Andy, the man himself, previous champion, put up a hell of a defence. I think he was in the final 4 runners before he dropped out about 116 miles in. He was, from my understanding, having a few issues with bladder issues. He was, he gave it his all. Absolutely, still brilliant performance. Still, I know it's not the result he wanted, but he's a great guy. I've met him now the last 2 years at the Pigs and ran a few loops with him, and he's a really nice guy, and no doubt he'll come back next year and give it another crack to try and regain his title. So then, the event went down to the final 2, Ivor and Andy, who both went out together for lap 33. Ivor unfortunately timed out during lap 33, which left Andy Wilson to cross the finish line as this year's winner of the Portland Pig. So 33 completed laps for Andy was enough to get the job done this year. I think it covered around 137.5 miles, which is unbelievable. We had really tough conditions. Like I said, it was a beautiful evening running through the night. It was a great evening for running, but the daytime conditions, it was so warm, so hot. So a fantastic performance by those guys at the front. And that's the Portland Pig done for another year. Will I take part in it again next year? Not 100% sure at the moment. My next sole focus is the Arc of Attrition 100, which I'm signed up for to take part in January 2026. So with the Arc, I will be filming more content throughout the year, probably some of my training, some of the things I'll be doing in preparation to get myself ready for a challenge of that magnitude. But final words goes out to all the guys at Busting Skin Events that really put on a great event. All the volunteers, all the members there, absolutely superb. The atmosphere was great. It's a really cool event. Just feels like a big family camp out. Highly recommend the event. It was great. So big thanks to Busting Skin Events for that, and all the support I received from those guys, along with all my fellow members at JH Running Club and the South Coast Sharks, along with everyone else, all the competitors, all the people that came up to support. It was a really good event. I was over the moon with the result, and on to the next one.